مش أنا
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching the Nile Cruise, and now we're going to talk about the legendary Fouad al-Mohandes, who is a timeless master of Egyptian comedy. This September marks both his birthday and the death anniversary of one of Egypt's greatest comedy icons, Fouad al-Mohandes. An all-rounded artist, al-Mohandes mastered theater, cinema, radio and television, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire generations. To reflect on the artistry of Fouad al-Mohandes, we are very delighted to have with us Dr. Nahla Matar. She is a professor of music composition at Helwan University, who will share her perspective on Fouad al-Mohandes. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Nahla.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Nahla, how would you describe Fouad al-Mohandes as an all-rounded artist who mastered multiple forms of performances?
Well, it's always difficult to talk about legends, but
Yes.
if we can just, make an, some description. Of course, he's known as Al-Ustaz or the Professor.
Yeah.
He made a return to the golden era of comedy. He had influence all over a lot of comedians and actresses, and also kids like him, adults like him.
Yes.
And definitely he has a certain print of comedy that reflects his own comprehensive character. He's well educated, he's musical, he's acting, and definitely he's very serious.
Yeah.
Even if he's doing
In
comedy.
real life. Dr. Nahla, from your point of view as a music composition professor, how did the Fouad al-Mohandes integrate performance, timing and rhythm into his comic style?
Performance arts really is very important to, it's very important for the performer artist to have musical background or training, serious one. And Fouad al-Mohandes was, by nature, has like a very musical ear, like great composers like Muhammad Abdul Wahab, praised him because he really does a very precise musical singing or performance. Time is very important for the actor, especially theater actor, because time make you control everything. When you are loud, when you are soft, how you are projecting your sound, the rhythm, how fast, how slow, how can you, even with just recitation, capture your audience.
Yeah.
So, and also he has been really keen about introducing more music for the actor or the performers.
Yeah.
And a step by step we find all the cast will be like performing, even they don't have a nice voice or a like enchanting voice, but they can actually communicate drama, and they can command it, which is very important.
Dr. Nahla, how did Fawzir Amou Fouad shape childhood memories in Egypt and create a unique cultural bond with families across all generations?
Well, now we are talking about my generation, but the current generation can, can learn about history and, landscape. You cannot imagine Fawazir for kids without Fouad al-Mohandes or Amou Fouad. He had a huge charm connecting to kids. I think maybe because he was, very reconciled with his inner kid or inner child. Definitely it was simple. It has slogan, it had morale, it had different meanings, but in a simple musical way and fun. And then, he can take you through history or through the world and the universe or through the sea and the fishing. So it's a lot.
It was amazing.
It was really very nice in a very simple way, which when it's very simple,
and it has
successful.
a message.
Yes, because it's concise message.
Yes.
And then you build around it all the show.
Interesting.
And you can sing it, you can move it, you can act it. So it's really like very nice and straightforward. And then, I think everyone can sing it. And then they know the morale. Behind it.
Dr. Nahla, how would you evaluate his contribution to shaping the comedy stage during the golden era of the Egyptian theater?
Well, I mean, he devoted, most of his life in production, in finance. You know, he fundraised in different ways for the theater. He really, like, you know...
it was his passion.
It was his passion, it was his message, and he was very stubborn. You know, he wanted to do an entertaining show that is, you know, it has universal values, and at the same time it has the Egyptian flavor without any, you know, uncomfortable scenes. And he had this energy of connecting to the audience, and also he was mentor to all the cast how to connect with the audience, because theater is about actually
it was
connecting each night with the audience. And his students, or you know, like the actor and actresses, always talk about he had the same energy, either, you know, in the beginning or the end or even in the middle. So each day is a new day. So also this demands a lot of energy, a lot of planning, a lot of strength, a lot of resilience.
Dr. Nahla, what makes his collaboration with Abdelmenem Madbouli a milestone in Egyptian theater history?
Well, first it is, you know, you know, there are little counts when you have like two comedians sharing not the secondary role but the prime role, and they are so different than each other in the background, in the way of comedia, but they really made it. And people didn't think there was any tension, and I think this is because of Fouad al-Mohandes' nature. And I always say he's like, if we are comparing to cooking, he's like the salt. When you put it on in a specific time, it brings all the flavors of the other components. So he was not selfish. He liked, you know, he liked to share and also like make his colleagues like at their best.
Shine.
So no matter how they are different in styles,
they are all shining.
We didn't feel the dissonance. And then they had to break up and back again, but we learned from them how you still be a friend.
Dr. Nahla al-Mohandes is credited with discovering and inspiring new talents like Adil Imam. How do you see his role as a mentor for younger comedians?
All of his students like Adil Imam and Muntasir Billah, even Sharihan, you know, always like when they ask them about Fouad al-Mohandes, their faces lit all the time up. Because, you know, they learned not only acting, not only technicals, not only artistic, but they learn how to be ethical, how to be committed, how to be there on time and before time, how to respect your audience. And no matter, you know, the audience nature, they feel the actor commitment. So I think he gave a lot to them, and also they give them the chance to blossom. And this is something usually doesn't happen this smoothly and with a very firm but understanding mentorship.
Dr. Nahla, from your academic point of view, what techniques or styles did al-Mohandes introduce that are still relevant for performance today?
It's amazing because, you know, like body-wise, he introduced a lot of gestures that is a little bit, you know, very flexible, and but it is not on the style of gestured theater. And still till now these gestures could be introduced, but also his adaptation in his theater is really having a lot of elements that make it, that can have like Hawa'isat Nashar, maybe a hologram. It can have an AI, it can have an installation wise, because he really like did a very comprehensive and multi-faced theater. So you can adapt it because this is the classical one.
Dr. Nahla, beyond comedy, what broader cultural values and messages do you believe al-Mohandes consistently conveyed through his body of work?
We believed him when he was a comedian. We believed him when he was serious in his some of his films and some of his television. We believed him. He was actor, and I think this is so difficult because when you are adjusted to such entertainer, like when he is in Ayun, for example, playing the prospective lawyer, the respected lawyer and so on, we believed him. And also we felt sense of humor, not comedy, but like he's one of us. So he's always even very serious, but we kind of like also, oh, he's one of us, we can relate to such personality. And I think it's very important to study these roles as much as the comedian.
Dr. Nahla, what personal lesson do you think today's actors and performance, especially the younger generations, can learn from the life and career of Fouad al-Mohandes?
They, of course, can be inspired by his commitment, by also his hobbies, because he always had hobbies and he's very organized. He always traveled. He loved animals, especially wild animals. I think they can be inspired that they need to have a stable life with a stable artistic life. Both.
Dr. Nahla, finally tell me about your favorite film for Fouad al-Mohandes.
This will be a shock because this is the movie that Omar Sharif returns to the Egyptian cinema with, Ayoub. And Fouad al-Mohandes was really a very serious but compassionate friend of Omar Sharif, you know, who is having a lot of difficulties. I think it's great to learn about all the dynamics and all the colors that Fouad al-Mohandes brings to our lives.
Dr. Nahla Matar, the professor of music composition at Helwan University, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We have more after the break.